Welcome to Dental Unscripted, where Mike Dinzio and Paula Quinn break down the practice ownership journey, one episode at a time. Starting up, buying, and running a successful dental practice.
All right, here we are. Welcome back. We are kicking off a week of crazy and super intelligent people that will be talking all about technology in the dental industry. We have branded this week as Shark Bite Week, BYTE, Shark Bite Week. And we're super excited to be doing it. This is episode 1 to kick off the whole week. And it's all about AI and dental and what's to come in the future. And I'm super excited. So this is, again, Michael Dinzio and your co-host, Paula Quinn. What's up, Paula? You ready?
I thought you
ready?
Forgot my name for a minute.
No, I didn't forget your name. Are you ready for this week?
I am very ready.
What are you most excited about with all the folks that we are interviewing? And today is going to be a great way to start this program up. Apollo, what are you most excited about this week about?
I think I'm most excited about being able to bring new things to our clients. You know, out there, dentists are always leaning on us to what's the latest, greatest, what can we do to improve efficiencies, reduce our overhead, you know, all those different things that we get. And I think AI is a great solution for a lot of that. Use it where you can. And then obviously you still have the support of your team and, you know, yourself. So it shouldn't change a lot of things. It should just make things easier. So I'm excited.
Amen. I think that's perfect because like the folks that don't pay attention to this week or if none of this stuff is on your radar yet, you're behind. You're way behind because literally since 2019 and 2020, not 1920, AI has just totally come in by storm in our little industry of dental, and it's already disrupting some stuff. And I think this week is appropriate because in the next 2 years, it's going to be, in our opinions, Paul and I, next level, it's going to be like literally the way. Like, remember before COVID, people were still doing the whole forms in office. They were doing the forms longhand. Now, since COVID and the shutdown, it's like digital forms are like, that's the only way now. Like forms, remember that, Paula? Like it was like,
I wouldn't say it's the only way, but it
kind of is the only way. And if you can't do digital, I mean, COVID literally changed a lot of things the way we operate in the office. So I think that we're about to hit this other frontier, and today's episode is perfect because we are interviewing a friend, a mastermind, a lover of all people, someone that pioneered AI himself.
Everybody's got to have a hobby, Michael. You know, you got to have a hobby.
There's no one better to start this week because Tim Rich has been up to AI, up to his armpits, as he says, from the very beginning, before it was even on any of our radars. So Tim, welcome to the show, buddy. We're going to talk all AI on this episode.
That's
but
great. Thank you for having me. Long-time listener, first-time talker, you know.
Yeah. Why don't you just introduce yourself to the audience and just give us a little bit about why we might want to listen to you and why you might be one of the authorities out there. Give us your background, man.
Sure. Well, first off, thank you very much for having me. It's an honor to be here, and I really love what you guys are doing. Been a big fan of Michael and Paula's for years, so everybody out there in TV land, they didn't just find me on the street. We've been hanging out. So my name's Tim Rich. Been in AI for a long time, been in tech. Before I got really into this, I spent many years in advertising. And the thing I loved about advertising, and I still do, is it is functionally people and it's stories, right? And a good ad is really just a story, and it has to resonate with people. And this is actually very, very relevant to modern dental practices, because when you boil it down, at the end of the day, it's a service industry. You have a service, which is absolutely necessity. It's a healthcare service, so we can just clearly necessity, but it is really wrapped in the consumer and the story, the way you feel when you go into that office, and how you're greeted by the staff, and how you're brought through the processes, and right, and how you're kept aware and kept abreast of what's going on in these machines in your mouth and things, right? That's all stories. That's all stories. It's really the same. So I got into AI about 5 years ago, and I came into it actually using it to help me make data make more sense. One of the big problems with computers is that it runs data, and we don't really always know what that data represents in the world. If you think about data, let's call it a menu, right? And you go into a restaurant, you sit down and you read a menu. You're reading some data. You're looking at the menu, right? You want to know what to eat. We know when it says salmon, what it means in the world, right? Oh, beef tartare. Oh, I know what that is. That's cold beef.
It's a smoked salmon.
Smoked salmon, beef tartare, exactly, right?
What
the
is it?
challenge with data is that when you have ones and zeros or clicks in a data set like an Excel spreadsheet, it becomes really hard to know what it represents in the world.
Or what it could do for you, or what it
can do for you. Exactly. So I came into AI to really use that and to learn about how data could help us. And I've been in it for many years. And one of the things I really think, so I work a lot. I'm based out of New York State, close to New York City. I spend a lot of my time in New York because it is the closest to the center of capital, and closest to the center of capital is where a lot of innovation happens, because there's a lot of money to pay for innovation, right? And as we know in the dental practices, there's what you do your day to day. And anytime you bring in something new, there's a bit of a risk, because that innovation, if it's not shepherded through by the likes of Paula and Michael, who are able to help you navigate that innovation successfully, it could go awry. And it could set you back, right? And so I always like being close to where these places of new things are happening. So out of New York City.
I love that, man. Yeah. I love that. I think what the first time John, I gotta say, John,
you got to get John on here, right?
Well, John was the OG. He started this podcast with me like 5 years ago. So John connected me. Yeah. If you go back to the
I kicked him off.
John. Yeah.
That's called moving up, Paula. That's an evolution. That's not going back. Yeah.
I'm sitting in John's seat right now.
Yeah. We
out, so you might need to do. Yeah.
We opened up interviews and Paula beat him out. That's just how it went. But
survival of the fittest.
So John connects me to Tim and says he's working on a little project. And what got my ears ringing was that with your acumen and your background, you were able, you did a project with a insurance company, and they tasked you to help them fight claims to get paid. When I hear something like that, I'm like, I got to know this guy, because he must know something about how to get claims paid. The opposite. That's where my brain goes. This guy helps people or companies fight claims the wrong way. Maybe we can get this guy to help us beat some claims.
It's a funny thing. So I was working in New York City, and an insurance company reached out to me, and they wanted me to help them figure out automated ways to find errors in claims. I mean,
errors.
Errors, human errors. Just no mendacity here, right? Just common errors.
Just errors.
And the interesting part of the puzzle was the insurance claim, when it is received by the insurance company, is a consistent form, right? There are fields that have to be filled in. There are dependencies, right? If you say you got to fill in, did you have a pano done before, right? If you said they had this thing, did they have that? So there's these series of logical steps from an insurance company's point of view that need to be reflected on the film and the claim to therefore make it a valid claim. And what was also interesting.
Did you just say film?
Yeah, film. Oh, look at that, man, dating me. The digital, the images, pardon me.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Yep. Let's keep it current. And in case we have to play this in 2035 on the back reel, you know what I mean? Let's keep it current. So the interesting part of this puzzle for me, though, was they had all of this data, massive amounts of claims, both that were successful, both that went into human look at. So they have three classes and the insurance companies look at incoming claims and then funnel them into three buckets. The first bucket is, yep, good to go. Great. Everything's good. Everything's tickety boo. Out it goes. And that's about 80% of the total claims coming in.
80%
right?
claims.
It's good to know it doesn't feel like it, but
yeah, well, of course not. Because all we remember is when we stub our toe. We never forget that we walk every day, right?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah.
No. It's okay to hate on them, Paula. It's revenue extraction. Yeah, it's a hustle.
Extortion.
So we've got this information, and so you have the bucket that comes in that's totally good, tickety boo, and then you have another bucket that goes to a human to review, and then out of that you have this is good for one reason or another, or this is not good. So in that middle bucket, it then goes to right or wrong, and then it has the objectively wrong bucket. So being able to tell whether or not something was objectively 100% right or objectively 100% wrong is pretty easy. Right? The 100% wrong stuff is wrong number, wrong name, wrong soc, fat finger a code, just straight up BS, like you didn't do this, right? That's relatively simple.
Goodbye.
Relatively simple also is 100% right. Oh, all the numbers align, all the codes align, everything looks good, it's within the thing, boom, that it goes. The real puzzle is that bit in the middle. And so what we did is we took this massive amount of claims. I think we did it over 100 million claims that went through and had different humans looking at them. And they were doctors, different doctors looking at them. And for various reasons, stated or not, approved or denied. And so we built an algorithm that looked at that middle bucket of claims because they didn't want to pay a doctor to look at them. Let's cut the BS, right? They don't want to pay that guy. And we created an algorithm to kind of sort these to understand why it worked and why it didn't. And there were three learnings I had, Michael. The first one was, holy smokes, this is a really hands-off industry. For being something that is about our bodies and our overall health, and I want people to be healthy because then they go get jobs and then they pay their taxes and they pay their Social Security. So when I get old, I can have some money, right? So I need y'all out there healthy and working, goddammit, right?
Right.
So I was really shocked at how hands-off it was. The second finding was, holy cow, what a radical imbalance in knowledge. Power and money is often displayed and increased by imbalances of knowledge, right? This is why you can't do insider trading. If your brother who works at the company tells you that they're about to sell to Adobe for $100 billion and you go and buy the stock, you get popped for doing insider trading because you had an imbalance of knowledge, right? That's not cool. It's unfair. It distorts the market dynamics. So I was like, wow, there's a real imbalance of knowledge here. And the third one was like, holy shit, how would you ever do this on the other side of the coin, right? That is the dental provider, your folks whom are on your show here, listening to this.
Our clients.
Our erstwhile clients and intelligent listeners.
Drum roll.
So we put
Totally
together.
missed it.
What? The drum roll? Oh, it's sound effects. Yeah, man, if I had the button. There we go. Boom. So, thank you very much. We started this approach called Go Dental, where we are seeking to automate claims. And we are seeking to try and take this same learning through that. Now, how do you deal with knowledge imbalance? Because we're unable to, of course, take any work with us, nor should we. It's contract-based work. They have every right to keep all of that IP, as they should. Fair is fair. Those who pay the piper picks the tune. Or is that how it goes? And so what we are doing is we are working across a number of different offices and different around the United States to help train our AI. So what is different now?
Okay. Wait. Let's pause and take back. So that was your kind of
entrance, and that was when I learned about what was going on. That was my first one.
Yeah, that was your entrance into dental, right? Yes. Like you were like,
or AI or both.
Or no,
really dental. I got hired because I had the chops to figure out how to solve that puzzle.
Okay.
That's right. So you've been the chops.
I could bullshit my way through the interview enough, Paula, to be able to convince them that I could solve the problem.
I got it. I can see that.
So you had this background, this algorithm, this AI kind of background, and then this company hires you to do what you just complicatedly said. That's not a word.
I wanted to be clear. I wanted to be
no.
thoughtful
It's
about what we were achieving.
No. It's perfect. It's 100% perfect because it is a complicated thing. So after you got through that project, you're probably thinking, gosh, like, what are some ways AI could essentially help these doctors, these practice owners, these small business owners? It's not just the guys at New York that need your help. It's who really need your help.
Frankly, they don't need the help. They're doing okay. They're doing okay. You know what I mean? They're doing okay. They're all right.
But the small businesses do need your help. And so
hell yes.
So with that being said, you started dabbling and you started thinking about ways to help. Is that right?
That is. So my brother-in-law has been in the dental space for a long time. And he started doing IT, like PMS systems, right? EagleSaw, helping to set that up, helping scale them, helping to make sure he's done a bunch of projects around DDS Rescue is one of his projects. And really these very specific solutions inside the dental space. And he kind of came to me and he said, wow, it is incredible how many humans are on the dental claim creation side. And I said, wow, it's incredible how many humans are not on the dental claim processing side, right? That is a very interesting thing. That's a power imbalance, right? That's a knowledge imbalance. That's a power imbalance, right?
Mm-hmm. So claims being submitted, processed, and then claims being processed. Sorry, so submitted and processed.
Yes, versus being created.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. And then, as we all know, creation is the first step, and then validated. Right. You could make it. That's great. We should check it before we send it in. Right. Because otherwise your AR starts to have radically long rolling AR problems. Right. 180 days, 300 days of outstanding payments from insurance companies. Like, dude, there are listeners out there. You got businesses and kids in school and gas in cars and people to pay. Like, aging AR is a huge problem. Right. Because right. That's an issue.
We've had a few podcasts about that. Exactly.
I believe it. Yeah. I believe it. It's a crazy problem, right? Because it shakes right downhill. So what we started working on as we started putting this together is we started thinking about how could we use this new thing called a large language model to help even the playing field. Because what I built for the original insurance companies was not a modern AI model. That is an OpenAI or an Anthropic, a large language model. I ultimately used machine learning and pattern recognition to be able to build this. But it was a very specific model built for insurance agencies. So it was a very specific use case, so you could use very specific mathematics for it. When we get into the real world of where AI is at today, and what Michael foreshadowed in his prescient intro, is these are called general models. Right. And what we're talking about here is how do we apply something more general to help this problem of creating claims?
Yeah. So Tim, go ahead, Paula. Did you? I thought you were. Yeah.
I was just going to say, what you're trying to achieve, how is it going to help a dental practice or the front office team?
The way that what we're trying to achieve is to make sure that what you submit is correct the first time, every time. That's it. Right? We're not going to be able to.
So that the entry is just as easy as the processing that you.
That's exactly right.
So it always goes in the 80% bucket.
It always lands in that 80% bucket. Pay it. Every little thing that they're looking to like pinch you on, they change it. Right? And we know that insurance companies change their qualification for what makes a claim quite regularly. Right? This isn't the same form. Wasn't the form 20 years ago.
It's kind of cool. You got to see the back end so you know what to do on the front end now.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not so much as like stealing secrets or like, smuggling out the goods.
It's called experience. It's the same with me. I worked in a practice. Then I bought and sold a practice. Now I'm a consultant that helps dentists buy practices.
Yeah, you watch that whole arc.
I experienced the pain. I try to prevent the pain of them having to go through what I went through because 100%. Of that experience. So I equate it to that.
Yes.
100%.
Now, Tim, you said it best. You said in the beginning of the episode that it's really easy to identify the really right and the really wrong. So there's a formula. There's a box. There's boxes to be checked, right? And so to build a model where every box is checked, how difficult is that? How challenging? How easy is it? Is it hard?
It's not easy. It's hard. And the reason being is we are in effect chasing the dragon. When you think of every box being checked, that means every little thing that a human could screw up is known and checked against. What are humans really good at? Screwing up. We're aces at screwing up, which means we screw up in so many beautiful ways, each one unique and beautiful in its own flower.
This comes from the lover of people.
That's the love of people, right?
Exactly.
And so it becomes very challenging to capture each edge case of all of the screw ups, because as soon as you capture a set, guess what? Something's outside of it and something's outside of it. And that's where we are leaning towards these larger models, because they are reasoning models. I don't know, Michael, give me a hand signal if I start going too nerdy. But
What kind of hand signal?
Yeah, that one right there. If you do this, if I go nerdy, I'm going to back up off that. But let me just hit it real fast.
For those of you that are watching on YouTube, he basically told us to flip him off. So
yeah, that's exactly right. You just send that bird this way, and I'm going to switch it up for you. Exactly.
That's perfect, Tim. We'll interrupt you. I think if I'm following, then I think the rest of the viewers are following. But if I start losing you, if you lose the dumbest guy in the room, then we got to reel it back. So,
okay.
Wait, that doesn't make
sense.
If you're the dumbest guy,
I am the dumbest guy.
That means everyone listening is smarter than you, or
that's what I'm saying. So everybody else is smarter.
We can't judge by you then.
Yeah, I'm the dumbest guy. It's
How about the dumbest one on the mic? How about that? We'll take that. You're good. You're good, baby. You're good.
Okay.
So here's the interesting thing of all of this, and maybe this isn't interesting. I find it interesting. Before ChatGPT, right? And this came out in about 2020. Every computer system was a logical system. Yes, no, and or. Yes, part of this group, not part of this group. And every computer system that was written was a series of logical commands. That was code. The nerds who are writing code in the Matrix or in Hackers with Angelina Jolie, right? They are writing strings of logical statements. And the computer starts at the top and works.
It's like Excel. You can say if this, then this.
Then that. Boom. Logical statement. All of computers were created with logical statements. Large language models that came out to the public with ChatGPT in 2020 are not based in deterministic thinking. They are based in probabilistic thinking. And this means that instead of the Excel formula, if this, then that, the large language model is writing, if this, what is the probability of that? And go find 100 examples of that and pick me the one with the highest possible probability.
It's just
that is a humongous shift. That's massive.
That's a shift of data too. I guess we probably.
It's a shift of the way computers are written. It's a shift of the way data is used. It's a shift of the way computers use the data. It is the most fundamental change, I think, that our society has seen since Steam. It's not the fact that the LLM, you could talk to it and ask it how to make a cocktail, or that you could ask it, this is the food in my fridge, what do I cook for dinner? It's the fact that every time you ask it with the exact same stuff, it will give you a
can I ask it that?
Back.
Yeah, I do all the time, dude.
Yes.
Dude, I
need it to go to the grocery store for me.
Yeah, after Instacart arrives and you hustle it into the fridge,
Okay, so I've been doing this one. Hey, ChatGPT. That's not this episode, but I've been going in saying I have carrots, peppers, onions, this random shit, this, that, and the other. What should I make today or over the next 2 days and maximize my refrigerator? And it spits out gourmet recipes, and I use up all the
down to the seasoning.
Yeah.
Into this. Ooh.
And then it's like all you need to buy now is this and this, and you've got 3 more meals. And I'm like, what? It's incredible. So to that point,
and that's probability.
Mm-hmm.
No, a computer nerd didn't sit there and think of everything in your fridge, Michael. And the computer nerd didn't create an Excel formula that if tomatoes plus rice, then paprika. No. Those are all probabilities. And the AI reads a billion recipes and looks at the likelihood of rice and paprika and peppers in a recipe. And then you say you have marjoram or a spice, and it goes, oh, booba-dooba-dooba-dooba-doo. Here's the most likely recipe.
And
Wait,
then
what does it do? Do we have a sound effect for that?
No, we're recording.
Get one. Next one.
We're recording Tim to use that sound next time.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Licensed, fully licensed. Next level consultants, paid in full.
Paid in full. So just to appreciate what you're saying here, right? Like we're about to interview a week of tech people. There's some really brilliant people behind all of the services that we are interviewing, right? And to just think about those people behind the scenes who have created these incredible solutions that we're about to interview. I just want the audience to really appreciate the craziness of Tim and this background that they have had to go through. So if you are trying something to incorporate in your office and be one of the first movers on these opportunities, have a little grace because holy crap, to figure this stuff out is great. But it's happening. It's literally happening at a speed that we can't keep up with. So
that is the truth. And I think that is the most, I think that's where a lot of the agita from society comes from, is the nature of these models and how we use them every day is just going faster and faster. And we are already using AI, whether we know it or not. My favorite one is the iPhone photo app, where I type into the search bar dog, or I type into the search bar bicycle, and it just sorts all my photographs and shows me the ones with a dog in it, right? That's AI. That. That's computer vision. That's heavy, right? That's just like, how good is that? I don't have to scroll and remember when I took that cute pic of my dog.
When you take a picture of something and it tells you what it is.
Yeah.
Google Lens.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
Yeah, right? Like all this stuff is coming in really, really quickly. And I think as much as I would love for society to have the time to understand and thoughtfully integrate these things, you cannot put the toothpaste back in the tube.
So what do you mean by that? You're getting real deep on me.
I can't.
Well, right? You get it, Paula. Like the door is open. You're not getting it back in. Like the cows have left the barn. The AI is out. People are building with it. The models are open source. You do not need to be a guy who lives in New York City and nerds his whole life to build this. You can do it on the cheapest laptop for $400 you pick up at Walmart. The best thing about AI is using AI to teach you about AI. I learned everything on building AI from literally asking AI. I had it create me a 7-month educational program. I literally told my ChatGPT, I don't know anything. I want to start at the beginning. I don't want any mathematics, but I want to understand completely how AIs are built, trained, modeled, and scaled into business. Give it to me in 15-minute increments. I want you to test me on it every 2 increments. I'm going to take it every day, and I want this to last 7 months.
Dude, you're a pro. That's crazy.
And then it just taught me. And then it learned how I learned. When I do better, I'm more of a visual learner. It recognized that, and it stopped teaching me in text, and it started making images to teach me ideas. It understood I love trout fishing, and it started using analogies to trout fishing to anchor the knowledge I already had. The AI learned how I learned best and optimized itself to optimize my learning. I've learned thermodynamics this way. I wanted to know what happens when a jet engine moves faster than the speed of sound.
But why?
In the air. Why not? Curiosity is dope.
Look Look at him, Paula. He's a mad genius. That's
I'm just
why.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
Curiosity.
He's like, I don't know what else to learn, so I'm just gonna
Well, everything. What I don't know would fill a warehouse. So I got a long list of stuff for me to learn. I'm gonna die and not get anywhere near it. You know.
So Tim, let's reel this back in.
Yeah, let's get it home. Bring it on. Bring us home.
How? So you're dabbling with a little company called Go Dental.
Yep.
And you're
AI.
taking Go Dental AI.
Yeah.
Go Dental AI. And you guys are dabbling with this knowledge that you have, the experience you have, knowledge, experience, all the things. And you're trying to put together a few services that would change the front office forever. And
we believe so. Yes.
Why don't you take just a minute or a few minutes to describe what you guys are working on and where you think you're at? Great.
What we're working on is we are trying to take the claims, but as they are put into the PMS system, EagleSoft, Dentrix, Open Dental, whatever, right? And when it is entered into the PMS system, be able to look at it and then be able to understand if it is correct or not. And what is different about our approach versus previous approaches is that we are looking at it as if we were humans. We have trained our AI to literally look at the screen the same way that your front office staff does. It reads the cells on the screen the same way the front office staff does. And then it is all about putting together those solutions based upon what they see. And this is new because we're trying to mimic humans. We're not trying to create that checklist that you see, that thing that you're doing that's written on the sticky note. And first you do this, and then you do this, and then you check this. We are literally trying to copy human activity. And then it gets even headier, Michael. The AI goes out and it runs the mouse as if it was a human, but there's no human there. It types on the keyboard. Yes, as if there was no human there. The idea is to actually use the front end of the PMS softwares rather than the back end, which is the databases and the pipes to update this information, because the front end of the softwares have far more control.
So, what's interesting is as I talk about with the startups before they even hit Paula's plate. Paula takes our clients that are startups in the back end and gets them to open. And they always bring up this idea of software. What software should I go? I like this one. I watched this podcast. I heard this person talk. My buddies do this, blah, 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 blah. So a bajillion softwares out there. And we do think, I think anybody that's kind of following this stuff knows that there's going to be some consolidation at some point where Dentrix buys them all and it's over again, right? But there will be someone. Yeah. I'm just saying Dentrix.
Yeah.
There's just too many, right? And the more clouds and all that, they'll get big and then someone will buy them. But the conversation that I have with these docs is I'm like, look, like AI and softwares and services are coming out so rapidly in the next whatever years. They're out now. But there's going to be more stuff coming down the pipe. These software developers like you putting together services that you guys are trying to put now times that by everybody else that's trying to do it. Who are they coding? Who are they creating the software for? And they're, of course, going after the biggest software companies because that's the market share. Yeah. So do you want to go down the path of choosing the newest and latest, greatest practice management software that nobody is coding any of these solutions for? Or do you want to go with one of the big practice management softwares that everybody is coding for right now? Because then you're going to be able to enjoy those services when they come out. And so
do you want my honest opinion?
I do. I want you to think about what I just said.
So this is not next level's certified opinion. This was a Tim Rich opinion.
Yeah, this guy that loves people and is excited about AI.
Can you throw that disclaimer up there and make him read it?
Yeah.
Yes, this is not next level.
It might be. It might be our opinion. We haven't heard it yet.
Yeah, exactly. But I just want to say.
Okay, go ahead.
God.
Go ahead.
Look, here's the real. The big softwares that are out there are made with deterministic math. That Excel spreadsheet, if then else. That is dead.
Of course.
It sucks. They're poorly made. They were written in 1997. The back ends of them are labyrinthian and shitty and crappy and terrible to maintain. The front ends are ugly. Don't tell me you look at Dentrix and you say, man, that's a good looking computer program. No, whoever made that should be shot and pulled into the ocean. The program
they came up with that 20 years ago.
And you know how much money they've made off it and never updated it?
True.
Well, they update it all the time.
Yeah, but no, yeah, they update it. But this is my point. Who do you want to put your money with? Do you really want to put your money with a scholaritic beast that clearly makes all their margin on glue and goo and not on software? Are you going to put all your eggs into the basket of a software company that has no decent software text to make a beautiful front end?
Okay, so
we're putting our money?
So who are you backing, Tim? Who are you backing?
I don't back any of them. I think that the future is not a PMS software at all. I think the future, what we're actually going to go to is an audio interface where you speak into the computer and you actually don't put anything into cells. I think the next PMS software will not look anything like a PMS software. I think if you're talking like the next thing in the next 3 or 4 years, I would look for something that has zero look.
Is this where we're going in 2 years? Is this our?
Wait.
Yeah. Okay. We're backing off. We're backing off.
No. I love this. Is this our where we're going to go in 2 years?
Well, no, that's a different question. This is just about PMS systems. Let
me say one thing about the PMS systems. It's interesting. I've never put it together like that, but I do listen. I'm not in that world as much as you. You know, I am a little, but I'm not a dinosaur, that's for sure. But I'm definitely, I'm a hygienist. I've worked in dental practices. I've definitely had some cutting edge things, but I definitely am not out there in the tech world. But I do always say, and this is no dig on Dentrix,
no dig on anyone
or EagleSoft. But what I do say is the negative to those big giants are they don't incorporate with other programs, and Dentrix can't be good at everything. For instance, their patient forms.
Yep.
For me, dental intel engagement blows them out of the water when it comes to that front office administrative integrating with patients, all that stuff. So it's funny that they hold on to that and hold their audience captive, and you try it and it's not good. It's like, why not play? I feel like if they play nice in the sandbox, more people will stick with Dentrix. Eventually, they are going to outdate themselves because they don't have this, they don't have that, they don't have this, or it's clunky.
Why they don't integrate, Paula? Because the systems themselves are not designed for integration. To allow a platform like an EagleSoft or a Dentrix to be able to have a different type of dental intake form would mean they would have to cut that piece of their software out and allow something to fit in. And it's not designed in such a way to do that.
But Dental Intel will work with Dentrix.
Yeah, because Modento was made after Dentrix. Dentrix will never be able to do it.
No, but what I'm saying is Dentrix poo-poos a lot of those companies that are innovative that come in and try to, they'll only let them do so much. Do you know
what she's saying is like, look, like if they
I don't think it's a business decision. I think it's a technological reality that is being sold as a business decision. What you're saying, Paula, is, this is a strategic play on the part of Dentrix. No, I don't think their technology would even support it if they wanted to. If they wanted to, it's so crappy and bad, they'd have to nuke the whole thing, spend 5 years and $50 million to rebuild it to be able to enable that business.
Which they've made, by the way. They've made it. They just didn't do it along the way. Yeah. It reminds me of the city.
Why would you want to refactor that? Why would you shoot the goose that made the golden egg? Keep it laying golden eggs until it ultimately dies of old age and all your shareholders go away and you make your 50 mil. Call it a day, right? There's no looking forward.
It reminds me of the city planners of Seattle. That's what it reminds me.
Running I-5 through the center of Seattle. That was really great in 1971. When the property value was at $20,000 an acre. That's really great. Now the property value is at $20 million an acre, and you got to put a new lane in. It's not going to happen.
They can't just build around like most.
No, they have to go down in the ground or up into the sky.
Yeah, up
because there's too much water. Too much water. It's all water and hills. Seattle actually used to be 200 feet higher, right? Capitol Hill was cut off and dumped into the bay. Downtown was actually the top of Capitol Hill that they cut off. They removed 100 vertical feet.
I do know they have like a whole city under the city that used to be the city.
That they backed in. They filled it with Capitol Hill. Yeah.
All right, so let's move back to AI and get off of Seattle. Sorry, I was the one that did that.
I got my master's in Seattle. I got one of my I spent some time there. Go you go. Go dogs.
So how would you put, like, I knew this was going to be a hard interview because Tim's brain is so much bigger than most of ours, and so I want to
now.
Well, maybe not, Paula.
Hey, I put on my pants one leg at a time like everybody else, Michael.
I wanna try to bring this back. See, he's already trying to. I want.
Is he gonna take my job, or are you just gonna I took John's job. Is Tim?
See, Paula's half the problem. She's taking it down another path again.
Okay, sorry.
I'm trying to put this in bite-sized pieces and control the cat
for any poor dentist that's trying to listen.
That's trying to listen to this whole madness. How can Tim? I'm going to ask you a question, and we're going to ask every single interview for this week. We're going to ask one question. Let's put a bow on this episode by asking you this question. Someone that's in dental now, working on software. You're literally working on software. We're going to interview some other folks that have their software and it's working great. We've got X-ray companies that are reading X-rays with AI. We got AI agents listening and answering calls. We've got Perio Chart AI, amazing company that's doing all that. Like, we've got just some really cool stuff coming down the pipe. My question for you, sir, is in the next 2 years, and I want you to think about that. 2 years.
He's not going to think about it.
Not 10 years, not 3 years, maybe 1 year. Let's just say in the next
2028.
In 2028, how is AI going to change our dental how is our dental industry going to be changed by AI in the next 2 years? So it's probably going to be even crazier. We talked about some stuff in 10 years. Apparently in Tim's world, you're just not even going to have a PMS and you're just going to speak to a computer and it's going to do everything for you in 10 years. But in 2 years,
you can quote me on that. The next PMS won't be a PMS.
I'm going to quote you on that.
That's looking at the way it's built.
In the next 2 years, what would you predict? Go.
In the next 2 years, I think we are going to see two distinct changes happen within the dental industry.
I love that.
And the first change that we are going to see is we are going to see a way that patient data is moved. I believe that the calling up and sending the records by fax or by email or whatever, I think we are honestly going to see a centralized patient data exchange.
Wait. To referring specialists, to insurance companies?
Anything. Remember, one of the P's of HIPAA is portability. And today, there is no portability of data.
It's true.
Okay, one of the
it's like whoever does port it is in trouble because someone's going to put a fine on you. That's
exactly right. So but it's literally so. I think one of the things we're going to see is radical portability. We're already seeing it in medical, right?
I was just going to ask: are they doing that in medical now?
They are doing that, but much easier in medical, right? And Michael, one of the forces that's going to make this happen is the centralization of the technology. Your initial insight of how companies are going to glom together and get eaten, ultimately, it will get eaten, and it will be a larger company that rams through portability. And it's going to be a Google or it's going to be an Amazon. Massive behemoths.
That's amazing. You lost me a little bit with the forces of nature, and I thought of Star Wars and the good and the evil.
Oh, yeah. And his brain started going.
It just, I know. And I'm like, lightsabers. And he's like, what color lightsaber would I have?
Okay, number 2.
The second thing that I think we are going to see is I think we are going to see far more automated analysis of what's going on in the mouth. For example, went to the dentist today, as a matter of fact, in prep for this interview. I wanted to go. I wanted to be close to the source. And they went around and they looked at the bone density and they did all the numbers, 3, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 1. And I thought to myself, bullshit. That is totally subjective by the nature of this dentist. She's amazing.
There is one. There is one. You got to
wait. We are going to see that far more. And that is just one example. We're going to see.
Wait, you're saying subjective. The person still doing it, you're saying that gets replaced.
Yes. 3, 2, 1, 3, 4, 3, 1, and she's literally looking and doing the bone density thing.
Okay, what do you think is going to happen? You think they're just going to scan it?
Scan it. Boom. They're going to do a density. They're going to do some kind of way that varies density. They're going to cut through it. But what I saw was not that it was bad, but what I really saw was somebody who had her coffee or not, someone who liked me or not. This is subjective. The cop gives you the ticket because they like you or not. We all do 65 in the 55.
You know what's funny is I'm not going to say who. I'm just going to be real quiet. But 2000 and I would say 16, pretty sure 2016, I can find my email. I introduced to a company the idea of this, of scanning equals perio charting.
Yeah, perio charting, that's the word. Thank you.
I have my email.
That's
so
great.
Do I get any credit? Do I get any credit when somebody...
Hey, Dental Unscripted says that Paula Quinn invented digital
definitely gets credit. She definitely gets credit.
And residuals.
I have an email that's stamped.
That counts. That counts.
Yep. Fully counts.
Yeah. So Tim, let's bring it back.
Sorry,
guys. So what you're saying is it might not even be the perio charting. Let's just back up a second.
It will be the observation in the world, which is the density of bone at the point where the gum meets the tooth, right? That's what was being quantified. You call it whatever the heck you want, but I think we are going to be automating these types of things. The bite wings, all the panos.
So where the technology that we have in our practice, the actual machines, the equipment, meeting the interaction into the software or the claims or whatever, like that fully integrates
the human. What you're missing is the human, the teeth and the mouth. I'm not talking about software and I'm not talking about PMSs. What I'm talking about is the fact that the data comes out of my body and it's read into the machine. And it's used as part of the visuals through scans. It's with her and the perio doing those great counts. I love my dentist madly. It's them looking at my crowns and my fillings and going, this is an amalgam and that's a blah, blah, blah. Oh, look, I see an occlusion. The point is you're capturing data on a human. And then that goes into this whole digital thing and it's a PMS and it's a that and it's an insurance claim, blah, blah. But the point of collection, I think, is what will be automated the most.
To put it in Dummy Denzio, I got it too. To put it in Dummy Denzio way, if medical is doing that, you're right, because they
do a body scan.
I just do that $2,000 body scan. I do it every 6 months.
And they tell you your
statistical likelihood, probabilities again, right?
Yeah,
not determinism, probabilities coming back around.
Hold on.
Michael doesn't like us.
No, you guys are cats.
Paula, do you want to do a dental podcast with me?
You guys are literally like
we can
cats.
cut this Michael guy out,
So I go to a general checkup medical, and I think it's multi-care. If you're in multi-care, the system, and you go to a specialist or anything else within multi-care, the information is passed and is synced so much easier unless you go to a different network, right? And it is super streamless. The billing, the information, the records. I had a surgery. The last surgery was in there. The doctor looked at it. I felt like I was being taken care of, like amazing, because there was that integration. I think that's awesome. I think that's really cool for you to. That's really fascinating stuff. Imagine a dentist and a specialist, a GP and a specialist, all being in one cohesive place with all that data, and then technology even puts another spin on it.
There was a study that came out 6 or 8 months ago that said that there's a higher statistical likelihood of identifying colon cancer through your mouth than through a colonoscopy.
Wow.
That there
Just
are
so you-
signs of this
Just so
inside
you know,
of.
that's most diseases.
I agree. I have always thought, and I know we're wrapping up because that's your last one, and Paula gave me the wrap-up sign. But I
No, that
always
was to
wondered.
Michael. That was.
Oh, that was the Michael wrap-up sign. Oh,
Yeah,
thank God,
that
I
was
read that
this
wrong.
to
Good.
Michael.
Good. Oh, thank God, because I'm about ready to fire up. No, I really have always wondered, why is dentistry separate from medicine?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Like, if
so
Yeah.
so that well,
Like,
you know,
is this eight? I thought it was like 1820,
it's
1830. when
only in the
American-
U.S. though. It's only
Yeah.
in the U.S. Really and truly, that's why we came out with the APA new classifications, because now we're grading and
But
staging.
why in the beginning was it split?
I don't.
I have a
always,
hypothesis, Paula.
whenever I talk to hygienists now, I'm like, holy bajoli, the body and the mouth are connected. It's crazy. Did we just discover
Why
that?
did we split
But
it? But I have a hypothesis. I don't know. Here it is.
Why
Because-
didn't we?
Why was it split originally? And I think what it was is when the American Medical Association was founded in the late 1700s, early 1800s, they came out of
Dentistry,
Europe.
we're over here.
Dentistry was having a shot of whiskey, biting a piece of leather, and then they pulled your tooth out with a pair of pliers and cleaned your shoes. And the doctors were like, no
and gave
way
you a
in
haircut.
and gave you a haircut. And they're like, no way in hell those hacks are hanging out with us. We went to the Sorbonne and learned it, and they split it then. And then ever since then, we have been on this course of divergence, and we are finally starting to come back around.
And
data
Yeah, but
will
that's
be the
scary.
thing.
That scares me, though,
This
Tim.
is a
That
whole
scares me.
nother story. We have taught
Mm.
patients to treat us that way too.
100%. We have perpetuated the artificial split that happened back in the day, for
Mhm.
sure.
And
We have perpetuated.
that's a really interesting hypothesis, probably spot on. You said it's coming back in. That so we'll save that for another episode, but like
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
makes me nervous. As someone that doesn't like consolidation of dentistry, that makes me nervous.
No, we're not talking about consolidation of dentistry. We're talking about holistic medicine
Aren't
of
we?
health.
No, we're talking about.
But you
we're-
guys, but you guys
No.
are being naive that business and
yeah, this is
healthcare
gonna make
aren't this
Yeah, they're
going to
going to
become
crush
the
on
same.
that. But
We're-
hey, if
we're
I don't have to
talking
have a
about-
colonoscopy and they can look in my mouth and figure it out, count me in.
Yeah, you don't have to drink the stuff and blah blah.
You don't have
We're
to drink
saying,
the stuff, sit over
we're
there like
saying
that.
that
No way.
they're now realizing that the mouth is the gateway to the body. It's connected to the body. You cannot
course.
have a healthy body without a healthy mouth. Vice versa. It's earth shattering. The things that you can find in somebody's mouth, the bacteria, the sores, different things that tell you the diseases they have in their body. They just never look in the mouth.
The nose and data.
I guarantee
will be
medical
the
doctors,
mechanism
besides
how those come
besides
together.
going like this, they don't
Yeah.
they don't look in the mouth.
No.
And we don't pay attention to the body.
100%.
Yeah, it goes
100%.
both
and
ways.
data will bring it back together. Because if you get enough data and you throw enough algorithms on top of it,
Paula, don't necessarily clap.
don't
guys.
encourage
Like,
him, Paula. Don't encourage him. He's going to
Hold
keep
on.
going.
Hold on. If it goes back together, we're talking about doctors who don't get paid enough because they are in hospitals, and hospitals, we all know, don't take care as good as private practice. Facts.
Hey, I'm not
So-
trying to
so
get,
if
I'm
it's
not
gonna
trying to
start
go down
going
to the
in-
level of care. I'm just trying to look at what's going on and understand how the forces may play out.
And that
Well-
was
So-
the question. That was the question.
You'll be long gone, Michael. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. No way. He's going to get that super care. He's got that Seattle good love. He'll be all right, dude. Yeah, exactly.
No,
He'll
I'm
never
gonna
be
get
for
the mouth- the
colonoscopy
mouth-
again. Yeah.
All right,
exactly.
guys. We got to end this at some point.
I
okay?
know. We could keep going. Yeah. The next
I-
one. Hand me for the next one. Hand
People
me for the
probably already jumped off. They're like, I can't.
next one. They're like,
It's
this guy's too
it's
heavy.
it's very true, but I
I'm going to
would
pull
say
somebody's teeth out with a pair of pliers and give this guy a haircut. I got to get out of here.
this is exactly how I thought this episode was going to go. Guys, we're kicking off Shark Bite Week. Follow every episode, watch every one, get on board with technology, or you will be a dinosaur in 2 years. I fully believe this. Tim's predicting the entire Star Wars integration of both forces. And if you don't jump in, then you're going to be on the dark side quick. So with all that being said, Tim, thank you so much for your time. Paula, it was
Paula,
fun.
Michael, so thank you so much for having me. It's an honor to be here, and just to be able to talk about this stuff is great. Thank you very much.
We really enjoyed it, Tim. Take care. Bye.
Thanks for listening. Let us know how you like the show. Rate us on Apple and Spotify. Subscribe and follow for more.